How is it going?
It's going good. How was your holiday
Great.
last week?
Great. Very good. Yeah, one day off and this is perfect. Yeah,
It's a nice way to break up the week, right?
yeah, exactly. And
They had the same holiday here.
is it the same 1st of May on bank holiday?
Yes, Labor Day, they call it.
Labor Day. Yes, exactly.
And the coffee shops were packed and the streets were packed with people. There were fireworks going off on Sunday night. And
Wow, this is great. Here it's more having barbecue and um, hiking outside and so on.
oh, lovely, lovely. I saw there was some wreath laying ceremonies. I don't know where though. I didn't
Okay.
recognize the monument.
Mm-hmm.
It was way up on a hill on a mountain.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm glad you got to enjoy the holiday.
Yeah. And so unfortunately, I couldn't join
No.
the workshop. I hope it was everything fine.
It went really, really well. Did you get the recording okay?
Yeah, I received it. Yeah, didn't have time to check it out. I will do.
It's full of goodies. I there's 7 elements that I went over,
Yeah.
and I think when you start to dig into it with the different prompts, you'll start to see different pieces of what you're currently doing with your ads and your landing page, things that you might want to consider, like doing a little bit more research on, or going a little further down the rabbit hole with the prompts.
Yeah.
This is the to me, I like this part about marketing is okay, this is where we're starting. How can we make it better?
Hmm.
Yes, we've got leads. How do we get the cost down? We've got leads from this audience. What other audience,
Yeah.
could use the same service? Yes. And
Yeah.
so the 7 elements goes, I try not to go too deep into rabbit holes. As I went through the slides, there's 171 slides.
Oh my God. This is really much. Wow.
But it gives you an idea. I went deep, and then I also extended an offer. And
Mm,
in terms of I find so many times when people come to me to run the ads, like this could have been done a little bit differently, or you know, the email sequence could have been fleshed out first. I'll
mm,
never forget, I had somebody hire me like in February to run leads for their lead magnet,
mm,
and we ended up changing the lead magnet 3 times,
mm.
and the email sequence wasn't right.
Yeah.
So it took 6 weeks to get the email sequence finished.
Yeah.
And it was like, if I'd had a program like this for them, then it would have saved them a lot of money.
Mm.
So it's
Yeah,
a
exactly.
90-day program where like month one is we do all the research, what's going on, and we build out all the pieces that should be there before ads get started.
Mm,
And then 2, we test that to see if the
mm.
market likes it or not.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
month 3, we're either scaling it or we're going back to month 1 if it didn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is exactly the way I was doing the last weeks. Um, and I'm changing currently the lead magnet, the um, positioning of it, not the content, but the positioning um, from a learning for the customer. I'm currently it's the position I'm educating,
Okay.
and
Yes.
I want to do I want to be a problem solver. And
Ah,
so there's a problem, I have a solution, and
okay.
you can do it yourself. And if you don't, if you like, if you have no time and so on, I can do it for you. This is in the end what I'm
Yes.
offering done for you. And therefore, I have to switch the lead magnet now the second or third time.
That's not unusual, Baron. And I'm
Mm,
I'm grateful to see a smile on your face because that this is part of the marketing journey, is figuring
mm,
out what's going to work, what works when, and when your costs came in and you were a little concerned last week about the cost, I was like, we
mm,
need to do some digging. Yeah, so
yeah,
good for you to realize that you would rather be a problem solver than an educator.
yeah, exactly. So I read a lot about this, and it's exactly what you described. So best would be to prepare the funnel, lead magnet funnel, then test it with organic traffic. And when this is
Yes,
working, then you can scale with ads.
yes.
Yeah.
And it's all about that market to message mix and the market to audience match.
Mhm.
Yes. So matter of fact, I realized I sent out the recording without the link to Candace Lazar's 5 levels of market sophistication video that I gifted everybody. So there's
Mhm.
you'll be getting the link to that also.
Okay, great.
Yes. Yes. So of all things, the 3-month program, I put a price tag on it of $9.97 after doing some research. And then I am making an offer for people that join the program from the class.
Mhm.
Well, you'll see it all in there.
Okay, I will check this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, important thing. It's not only the ads, it's also the environment.
Yes, it's the big picture, stepping away and like I have several clients in the 4th level of market sophistication, and we've really got to pull back and look at, well, at that level, what kind of lead magnet even gets traction with a lead?
Mm.
And we're going from a playbook to a live webinar, a master class with one client. Because the level of market sophistication, the playbook's okay,
Mm.
but he needs something different to get better traction with the leads.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's offering a 4-digit program.
hmm
And it's kind of hard to do that from zero playbook for free to, it's a long curve in that level of market.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Crazy. So did
Yep.
you opt to run the ads then, Bear? Or did you?
I didn't start the ads for up to now for 2 reasons. The one thing is I need to change the positioning of
Okay.
the lead magnet, and the second thing is I spend a lot of time preparing the review of a landing page,
Yes.
doing an audit,
For
and
you.
so I have 3 versions meanwhile, and the last one I'm happy with. And so also a shift. I started doing an audit. Now I say this makes no sense, only telling what is not working. The benefit is, the value is in giving um, alternative yeah, copy, which is what is working, what is more best practice, and so on. So this is in the end what people need. To have really a copy which is rewritten according to copywriting guidelines. So again, a change, and therefore I spent a
Yes.
lot of time, but I said, okay, I will first fix this, prepare the landing pages, and then I will restart the ads,
Smart call.
hopefully during the next week. So for today, I have no questions about this, about the Facebook ads.
Well, I'm glad you're here and I'm grateful that you showed up.
Yeah, perhaps. Oh, I'm sure I can learn something. Perhaps
I love
Jody
it.
has
I love it. There's
something.
Jody. Hi,
Hey,
Hey,
great to see you.
good to see you. Blue's the
Yeah.
color, huh? Is your
Well,
shirt blue, Bear?
bluish or green? I can't tell. It looks
Yours is a
Barron's
beautiful blue.
this is actually my grubbies. This is like one of my outdoor go to the garden, get dirty. It's one of those mornings. How's
Oh,
everybody?
fun.
Oh, good. Well, I'm having some fun news to share, but also a little bit of sad news. So,
Oh,
we'll talk about that in just a second. So our landing page continues to get traction. Um,
Good.
I'm super excited about this. However, my client is antsy. So we'll talk about that in just a second, and
Okay.
maybe some language around how to talk to her about it. Um, anyway, so do you want me to share screen, or do you just want me to talk
No,
through
go
what?
ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to share results right at the moment. Um, we are getting subscribers off this landing page every single day. As you can see, we got one this morning. We're kind of averaging 5 or so a day, which
That's
isn't
fantastic.
too bad. But let's look at just quick results here. Here's a page. So 88
Okay.
total subscribers. Remember, Teresa, there were 34 that we had found before we fixed the double opt-in deal,
Right.
right? So there has been 53 leads since that time. So a total of 87 plus my test. So there's 88 subscribers here. We've had 320 visitors hit the page, 88
Okay.
subscribers, and a 27.5 conversion rate. So I think that's fabulous, just on straight numbers. So
Very
that
good.
is continuing to just get a few leads a day. Here's what's interesting is when they finish the sequence, we have not had any purchases, but we are having people hit the landing page in Thrivecart. But the conversion drops from like we've had 12 visits in the last 7 days to the landing page. So they work their way through the sequence. The
Right.
offers made on the third email, and then continues to reiterate after that, but no purchases. So just bear with me with that. Once they
Okay.
finish the sequence, we are moving them over into Substack, which is where
Okay.
Latane is doing most of her communication. Um, of the people we've moved over into Substack, which is of almost 50 subscribers, they have not unsubscribed. They are opening her emails that are coming out of Substack along with her, the writing and whatever she's presenting. So that's great news. No unsubscribes on Substack. So it's growing her list from a lead standpoint outside of the people that she had before. Let's look at the ads a second. I want to go to Ads Manager. Yeah, I must have already been there. I just again need help kind of thinking about, now we started this on, I just want to do this just for a quick second, just to share. Today's the 6th, right?
Yep.
Just
No, today's the
on the
7th.
7th, I'm sorry, 7th. Oops. I'm going to look at total ad spend at the moment. So on this is just since we started the ads on the 21st. We have spent a total of 190.86. Is that correct? In that time period? Am I looking at this properly?
You are reading $190.86 was spent during that time frame. That is what you're reading. Yes.
Okay. So if we have 53 leads at 190.86, that means the average lead cost is, I can't do the full 88 because that was prior, the 39 or the 34 were prior to this ad. So we have 53. So it's like $3.60 per lead. Is that what I'm understanding correctly if I were to look at that?
Yep. If you were to take the total amount spent divided by the number of leads, yes.
Yeah. Except this really, although this one's been running a while, so it really is the 174.79 divided by 53. So it's, yeah, it's like 329. That's kind of high. But if I look at overall previous ads, I thought what I calculated the other day was like $1, a little under $1 per person. I think I must have done, I went probably all the way back to the February when we ran the initial ad. I don't know if it's gonna let me do this. So total spent was 516. Leads.
Are you looking for a bottom line kind of number of like, this is the amount spent since February 1st, and this is the cost per lead out of that?
Yes, yes. So if we have 88 leads and we've spent 516, that's like 583 a lead in total. But I don't know. I was perceiving that the cost was going down.
It is going down,
Like if I just do the last 7 days.
right?
But I guess I'm not sure. I mean, it's not really showing me leads in here, Teresa, unless I'm not reading this correctly.
Well, you're not saying leads because we're using a custom conversion.
Okay, so what am I looking
Is your
for when
event.
I know we've talked about this before, and I'm just, the
Okay,
custom conversion is happening over in Kit, right?
correct.
Okay, so if I go here and my subscribers, I really would just have to go in here to see in the last 7 days. So from May 1st to, how many I
Or what
got
we can
here?
do is we can modify your triage checklist to reflect custom conversion as the result.
Okay,
So if we go back to your ads manager
okay,
and under your columns, at the bottom where it says customize columns,
yeah,
and then in the
Okay.
search box at the top there, put in result.
no metrics found for result.
Go ahead and put in. Let me just double check something here.
Custom conversion or custom events.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, click on total and then click on cost.
Okay,
And then over in the right-hand column, if you scroll all the way to the bottom,
yeah,
uncheck, see what it says purchases, and then there's all these extra boxes checked.
right here.
Yep, uncheck that.
Okay,
And the box above it, same thing. Same thing on the lead box above that. Same thing on the application submitted. Same thing on the initiate checkout and the add to cart.
okay,
And now if you use your scroll bar to the right and scroll back down to the bottom, if you take the our thanks and slide that up right after your link clicks, or it might
this is
be
always
put it all the way to
a
the
little
top.
funky.
Yeah.
So we
Go
don't
ahead,
want.
yeah, go ahead and slide it all the way to the top. That'll be easier.
Okay. Almost.
And then if you go back to the bottom, grab the cost, slide that right up underneath it. Oops.
Okay,
There you go.
save.
And then save.
Okay, that's why. All right.
So now
So
no matter what
this,
paint you use, you're going to get that information without having to do a bunch of calculations.
You
And bear
rock.
in
Thank you.
mind-
I knew there was a way. I just I was like, why am I'm just I want to see this just for kicks and giggles for a second. So 66 to 65. That's since we started on the 21st. That's pretty daggum good as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
So now let's go back here to update this. So it's went up just a little bit in the last couple of days. And my frequencies
okay,
changed too.
if you use the comparison feature on the date range, so if you just open up your date range box, and then below the calendar is the word compare. There you go. And then
Okay.
you've got the item selected. Now you need to select the second item below it. You got to use the drop down arrow and use the previous period. And that way you're
Oh, so that'll take the 7 days before that. Okay.
right. And now see where it says our thanks at the top of the column? And there's an arrow, looks like it's slamming into a wall. Click on that arrow and it's going to open up the window. And the
It's
circle goes
thinking.
round, round and round.
Oh, so all of them, I see. Wow.
Yeah, it'll do it for each individual KPI, but you've got to open it to see it. No, you've got to use the arrow that's slamming into the wall.
That
There you
one.
go. So
Okay.
your cost, the number went from 31 to 23. So it's losing some steam, and your cost went up.
Yeah. Okay.
So be sure to monitor this over the next couple of days. If it continues to lose steam, we want to go to our ad section. We'll just isolate out this one ad set first. Yeah, there you go. If you click on the box, the white square to the left of the ad set name, and then go to your ads tab.
Right.
Okay, so that number 4 is the one that dropped.
Yeah. Now it's like this one's picking up steam a little bit.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Because I'm wondering, it's like, has it just, well, and the frequency went up quite a bit. No, it's actually lower. This is where I start to get confused because like knowing what to do from here.
Well, the
So,
most important thing you can do right now is monitor it. I have a sneaking hunch that faith number 4 graphic was really hot because of the Easter season. That's a time when people go back to church. They go back to services, whether it be a traditional service or non-traditional.
yeah, and this one just seems to be crashing. I'm like, should we just turn this one off?
No, because
No.
it'll confuse the algorithm. Keep an eye on this. And then if it doesn't pick back up by Monday or stabilize by Monday, that would be a time to reset the ads by turning them off and then restarting a new ad set with new images.
Same copy?
Same copy.
Okay. So when you say, all right, just walk me through this again. So watch until Monday. And when you say stabilize, what does that mean exactly?
That means no more loss.
Okay. or turn off the entire ad set.
Right. If it continues to lose steam. Because here's the thing. Sometimes ads go through dips and they pull themselves back right up.
So then restart with same copy, different images.
Right.
And the whole, and then images, like, how do I decide on the images? Do I go back through with the image testing again, or
No,
what's the, what would be the strategy?
you would want to definitely reuse the first one that you were using.
This one?
No, from your original headline, your original graphic test.
Okay.
Keep two that are doing well. Keep at least one that's doing well, because you're probably only going to end up with one doing well. Unless Faith 4 pulls back up out of its slump here. And
So maybe like, maybe
here's the honest truth,
Faith
Jody.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
It might sit in this, it might plateau right here. And if it plateaus, you just stop this ad set and then restart a new one. Or you just let it ride. Because if you stop, if it plateaus and you stop it, it might not get the same rhythm back up and running again. If it plateaus, just let it be.
When you say plateaus, when I say let it be, don't turn it off.
Correct.
So if by Monday, none of this has changed or gotten better, just leave it
Yeah.
running. Because my client's getting antsy about the amount that has been spent, even though she's getting leads, right? And the fact that nobody's actually buying anything is another, kind of. And she said, if we don't see, any sales or any further traction by the end of May, she just wants to turn them all off.
Well, it sounds like you've got a good lead ad because you've got
Mhm.
the leads coming in at a reasonable cost. It
Yeah.
sounds like you have a decent and good email sequence. People are following through, they're opening and they're clicking through. Out of the 50 some odd people that came in from this ad, if you had 12 of them go to the ThriveCart landing page to check out, that's 20%.
Right.
So I would go to that ThriveCart landing page and see what do I need to do to get this to convert better? So I've got 20% of my people going over there, but it ended up with a big fat donut, big fat zero. So what's happening on that conversion on that ThriveCart checkout page that could be stumbling and causing people not to convert?
Yeah, it's a pretty simple page. I mean, we don't have, because the copy is in the email sequence, we don't have, it's not a long form landing page by any means. It's just it's a $29, basically, if you want it. We've given them enough information to learn about the product in the email sequence along with the videos. And so I'm just like, yeah, I'll try to see.
Well, people are funny. I see some of the longest landing pages from people like Todd Brown for a $27 product.
Yeah.
This last one I looked at, I couldn't get over how long this page was. And it took me forever to find the button to even opt in to buy it. That's how long the landing page was.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I guess I could update the page. So we give them the first 3 videos and we explain, we go through I mean, the email sequence is solid. I've had a couple of people look at it and go, I don't see anything wrong. I mean, this is,
Yeah. Yeah. So
there's
if you've got,
nothing
yeah,
wrong with it.
if you've got 20%
So
of those people going into your checkout page and nobody's doing anything, the checkout page is where the hole is.
mhm.
That's where
So
the
I think,
bleed is.
I mean, what I could do with the checkout page is go, maybe I change the content on it where, hey, you've seen the first 3 videos. Here's what's included in the next 4. Give them a little bit more idea about what's in the next 4 or 5 videos. Because that part isn't there. And then
Mm,
push into what are they going to experience.
yeah.
Um,
What is the transformation they can expect?
yeah, I need to look at, I'm going to go back to that copy. Okay.
Do you also have emails following up the people who are in the cart and do not buy? Do you contact
Oh
them
yeah,
again?
so the initial email sequence is, I think it's 7 or 8 emails. I guess I could loop back around to the folks who have actually completed the sequence. And once I update the sales page or the checkout page and give them another opportunity to look at it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Good
this
idea.
is exhausting, y'all. I mean,
It's exciting. It's
never
all part of the journey.
I know,
If it was easy, everybody would do it.
I know. But it is, I mean, it is kind of, it's just like, and then you get something that's working and then all of a sudden for no reason it stops working and then you start over again.
That's online marketing.
I keep telling myself, is this for me? Is this really for me? So I don't know. So I've got a couple of weeks to try to pull this thing out and convince her that it might be worth it. The other
You
thing I
can
was
do it,
trying
Jody.
to
You can do it.
The
It's
other
only
thing I
the
was trying to
7th.
say to her, so she is, you can do a paid subscription with her on Substack, right? It's like $80 a year. It's not that big of a deal. And, I said to her, we've spent what, $500 on these ads since the very beginning of time. Basically that's just 5 people potentially even subscribing to our Substack, not even buying anything that's on the initial landing page. You know what I'm saying? Like, or
Yeah.
the
And just,
initial checkout page. So it's like trying to, and I'm good with numbers, like I just trying to get an ROI, but people are so antsy about any amount of dollars
well, it's
being spent on
interesting.
ads.
Yeah. If you think about, like, ask her, what is her goal? Is her goal to break even or is it to make money? If
Well,
it's to make money, she's going to need
of
more than
course
fun.
it would be to make money. I think she's just overall discouraged. It's a long story. A big part of her list, obviously this is faith-based. Big part of her list are people from the Church of Christ. They do not want to spend 1 penny. So it's been a real struggle for a good portion of our list. We've sold things, but it's never been to that core group of people that were initially on the list. So all of this is new blood. All these subscribers coming in,
Which is
these
great.
88 subscribers, but she's like, yeah, they're new subscribers, but they're not buying anything. And I'm like, Latane, they are cold. They are colder than cold. They don't really know you. The only experience they have with you right now is what they've just seen, on the ads and in the email sequence. But to me, the good thing is we're adding them over on Substack, right? They're not unsubscribing.
Which is
So that
good.
means, which means they like what they're engaging with, right?
Jody,
They
what's
just,
the offer? I'm sorry, I'm popping in late here, but what's
Hey,
her
Nicole,
offer? Hi.
you read my mind.
it's an 8-part video series called Map My Faith, and it walks people that are in faith crisis to help them just regain hope in what they've always clung to and believed in. And it goes through a process called the phases of faith, which is no matter what part of life we're in, we're always, God gives us promises. we have contradictions in the middle, and then things resolve. Some things never resolve, but in any area of our life, we're in one of these three phases. If you generally,
And
if you
Jody, just to
describe-
clarify, of the 8 video series, they received the first 3 free. Then
Yes.
payment is being asked for the other 5.
Because
And it's like,
I'm
it's like
curious
a
about this.
$29 offer.
And she's got 20% of the people going from the email list to the Thrivecart checkout page with no sales. So I'm telling her the Thrivecart checkout page is the big hole in the funnel and needs to be addressed.
Well, it's interesting because you know, with the health coaches that I work with, often the faith-based programs do extraordinarily well, and these are high ticket. So, you know, and and basically it's like, if you have a really good, well-defined problem and it's a bleeding neck problem, and you're marketing it to Christians, for whatever reason, there's such a connection there that they'll spend thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
That's what I found. So I'm wondering if the problem isn't, I wonder if the problem is the problem. You know, if it's not a bleeding neck enough of a problem.
Sure.
Well, I mean,
I don't
Teresa,
know.
what do you think? You've seen the ads, you know, the ad copy, you know, the backstory on all of this. I mean,
What I from what's hitting in my gut is when you talk about the 3 phases, anywhere in life, anybody, anything, niche it down. One problem.
no, I mean,
issue,
it is
one
niched down,
audience.
and we've seen, you know, we've gotten, you know, now that we're in the right audience avatar, right? Females 45 and oh, you know,
Yeah,
it's really the 55 and over audience that it's really resonating with, which would
yes,
be
and
her
what is the
market.
bleeding neck? Like right now it talks in general terms of being in a disturbing place where you feel like your faith left is not supporting you, as opposed to my husband had an affair, or I think I want a divorce, but it's against God. I think like I've lost my will to live. You know, bleeding neck issues for a Christian woman of that age group.
Well,
as
I think
opposed
like
to
we're
general
hitting it with
freedom.
with the headlines, you know, the doubt isn't dangerous, it's honest. It's women doubting their faith, right? And so
Does that carry through all the way through to that checkout page?
I think it does. But I think that I need to update the checkout page. I'm just need to make some tweaks on the checkout page.
I'm
And
actually curious
Um,
about that headline too. Like, did that go through like the testing and that got clicked in a lot? Was that?
This is part of the Lead Jumpstart program, so I used a different approach with it.
Okay.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it is it
Because I'm
it is
wondering
it's
when
in the same vein as the initial ads that we did all the testing on for both the headline and the graphic. So, I mean, none of the I feel like we're getting traction on the ads overall. I mean, they've only been running since April 21st, and we have 88 leads. And for us, that seems pretty darn good.
that does sound good.
Well,
And I mean,
53.
and the cost per
34
lead
is
is
prior
like
to
in
April
the
21st.
But so I'm sorry, but the 34 that were prior to April 21st were the initial ads, right? That had the graphic and headline tests on them. So
Yeah,
I
and then
mean,
they got stuck in the double opt-in loop.
yeah.
So
And we
it's really
repaired
53 that
that.
we're dealing with. Yeah.
I mean, those ads that ad I could turn back on, you know, at any time, I think, just to
Oh,
see
sure.
at that and playing with it. So there's nothing that has significantly changed in the overall avatar or the overall messaging in general. between the Jumpstart and what we did before. I mean, Teresa, I think that what you did with Jumpstart was it's right on with where we were at before.
Cool. Okay, so your next steps, you're gonna look at that Thrivecart checkout page. And I think Nicole had something very valuable there and possibly looking at the offer for you.
Yeah.
And you're feeling
Jody,
good about what to do, what your next steps are?
Look at the, I mean, first of all, I'm going to watch this until Monday morning and make
Right.
sure that we're not losing traction. If we have more loss, I'm going to turn off the entire ad set. And then restart it with the same copy, different images, and then the process, I'm going to do some updates on the checkout page in Thrivecart.
Perfect. Awesome. Awesome. Keep us posted.
yeah. Jody, one short question. Did you have sales for this video series on other channels?
I'm sorry, Bernd, I didn't understand your question.
I'm just asking if the product itself was sold on other channels, not on Facebook. Are there people who bought this video series already?
A handful of them, yes. And
Yeah.
it's been over a year or so, and it's random as all get out. So I wouldn't say the sales were super solid prior to this.
Okay,
So
but
That's a good question
she
here.
has a
We
course.
need to
that's-
move on. We're running out of time here. Yeah, and I want to be sure we get to Nicole and Sarah too.
okay, good.
Yeah.
That's all.
Thanks, Baron. Thanks, Jody. So Nicole, is Sarah coming?
She can't make it. Her mother had a
Ah.
fall. Yeah, so she's gotta take care of her mom. But so I don't know anything. So I don't know what the questions are. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Is there
Is she happy with the leads?
yeah, she's happy with the leads. I don't know. Yeah, she didn't mention there being any kind of a problem or anything. So I don't know. Is there do you want to maybe give me what you're seeing at this point? And
Ta-da. Let
I
me
know also
see.
like with the retargeting that I mean the cost per lead is really good. So yeah, I mean things seem to be going well. What I don't know is if we booked any calls from those ads.
Is Sarah your client, Nicole? I think I'm not following.
Yeah, Sarah's my
And what
client.
market is she in?
So she helps people who've had ongoing pain, like joint and muscle pain, really for like, in some cases, decades. And she can stop it.
Oh,
Yeah, very, very powerful what she does.
so her ads are going to a call or to book a call?
Her ads are going to a webinar. Aren't they, Teresa? They're going to the webinar, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So it's going to it's a training. Yeah.
Is the webinar evergreen or is it,
Yes.
what kind of traction are you guys getting on the webinar? Like
The we-
opt-ins or,
Opt-in rate has, you mean in general or with,
with the ads?
because we actually have other ads as well going to this. So what I don't know is if we're tracking that. Well, we can see that on I don't have access to our ads manager. So I don't know what the data is, to be honest.
Okay, I can share the screen with Sarah's ad account on it. These are her 3 ads. One of them is doing very well with 18 leads at £3.84. One is doing very poorly with only 2 leads, and one is in the middle with 14 leads. And not a, and a lower cost per result, actually.
Hmm.
10 pence less.
Interesting.
Oh, and while I'm thinking of it, Jody, I forgot to mention on your frequency, let it ride for right now. If you lower the ad spend, it's going to kill the ad.
Yeah,
So just let it ride.
I'm looking at it and it's actually this week, the frequency is 1.28. So I think
Okay.
it's deep. It's not as high as it was at like 1.47. Now it's dropped to 1.28. So
Are
I
you
think
running a
it's,
heat map on her site?
I'm not.
Okay. Microsoft Clarity is the cheapest heat map out there. It's free. It will tell you how many bots were on that site.
Oh,
Hot?
Yeah.
I don't know
And
what
this
that,
was, yeah. And with Nicole, with Sarah, she should do the same thing.
so Microsoft Clarity?
Yes. And it's a simple piece of header code that goes in the head of the website. She might need her developer to put it in there for her. It's a
So
free
we would
account.
put it on the
free-
landing page?
Yes.
Okay.
And actually it covers the whole site.
Um, but if we're doing it for this funnel, we would just, sorry, so what we would just, she would get this and she would put it on to, if she puts it on her website, it will cover her landing page as well. Is that, I'm so not a tech
Correct.
person.
Correct. Have her put it like in the header code of Go High Level.
Okay.
so
Header.
similarly, I would put into the header code of Kit.
Yeah.
Okay. Not sure where to do that, but I'm going to figure it out.
I have no idea. So then it's gonna track how many bots have gone to her landing page.
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
I recently had a client that almost got destroyed with bots. It's embarrassing.
So what do you, so what do you do with this information?
We had to stop the ads.
So, I mean, but tell me what happens here. So basically you have some ads are very attractive to bots.
You know, that's the crazy part. Same ads I run for this client off and on for 6-8 months now. This is the first time the problem showed up, and it was a wicked effort to get rid of them. Yeah, I had to keep
So-
stopping and recreating the ads. And
Teresa,
yeah,
I'm not totally tracking. So that would cause the frequency to go up unreasonably?
no, it would cause a lot of it would cause a lot of traffic on your site without results.
Oh, so in other words, that could explain why, like, you can have really good numbers with your ads, but not getting any. So are you saying like that could be Jody, what Jody's dealing with?
You could have like 6,000 impressions and like 2 landing page views.
Oh, so impressions, because we're getting conversion, Nicole, we're getting like almost a 28% conversion on our landing page. So it's not, it doesn't seem out of line with.
No, it seems like it's okay, but it's not a bad idea to put that into play.
But the
Okay.
bots don't get to the landing page, do they?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Because that's why
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you have like a lot of traffic going to landing page, but no one's buying, because bots won't buy, right? Only the-
No, they don't buy.
you know?
They stinker. What is the matter with them?
Yeah, right.
Don't they know a good offer when they see it? Come on.
Like in my case, they're getting to the, we're not getting a ton of click through to the checkout page. So that it's not a bot issue, it's something else. Like if we were getting a ton and no purchases, and then the impressions were super high, then I would think that would be an indicator something's going on. We also have reCAPTCHA on our form, on our
Which is
landing
good.
page form.
Yeah. Okay, so real quick, I want to show Nicole here. One of the issues that Sarah brought up last week, so you're aware of it. I'm going to open up an ad. And I'm going to gently scroll down to the very bottom where the tracking is. There's something that's called UTMs.
Mm-hmm.
She uses a highly specific UTM format. And because I was not aware of it and didn't put it in there, that's why she doesn't know which ad is creating calls for her.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
But it's been added since.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So I want to be sure you were well informed of that. And my suggestion to her was the only way to fix that is to replace the URL. You're essentially stopping the ad and then making it restart. And her has such a fantastic go out of the gate. I knew it would kill the ad if we did that.
Oh, okay.
She may never see that kind of takeoff again.
Right. Okay. So she didn't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So I said, I don't recommend doing that right now. We just kind of go with what you got. And if you end up with like no calls, we know these ads didn't get you calls.
Right. Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So as you can see, they're doing very well. Two of them are pretty strong. And when I compare it to the results of other ads that she's running in the same time period, it's the second lowest cost per lead. And the reason it'll never be first, because it's almost impossible to beat a retargeting ad. Your retargeting ad should be the lowest cost lead.
Right. Okay. And the results are opt-ins,
Yeah.
website leads. Right. Okay. And can we see, what is it, subscriptions? Is that when you know when they booked a call? And I know Facebook is never accurate about this, but
Is that her tracking mechanism? Is it called a subscription?
it might be. I'm not.
Well, when you find out, we can figure it out.
I think, I mean, can you look, add the subscription and see, or is
I
that,
can add it, but if we don't know what it means,
so I was thinking that's what it is at Healthpreneur.
yeah, there's nothing there. So that might not be the right key performance indicator to
Right.
keep an eye. Or
Yeah.
as it calls it an event. Send up the balloons, it's an event.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Was that helpful, Nicole?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure. My pleasure. I'm glad I still had access to it so I could show you a little bit. And she's taking care of her mom?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
She fell and got a cut and yeah, has to get it, I guess, stitched up or something.
oh dear.
Yeah.
I'm sorry she missed the call. Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets a makeup.
I'm trying to think if I have any question. Oh, so we just keep trucking along. I mean, Facebook is doing its you know, doing
It
different
looks very
variations.
healthy from where I'm sitting, from where the quality of she's getting calls. That's the missing piece that we don't have right now.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
if there's been an increase in the number of calls or a decrease, or if it stayed the same. That's
Right.
the keep missing piece right now.
Well, I
Um,
guess, if she can tell from her other ads, if they've been booking, if she can tell if a call has been booked from one of her other ads, I'm guessing
Yes.
then we can just do the math and figure out, okay, well,
If there's 10 more calls, but they're not being indicated, they might have come from the new ads.
exactly, yeah. Yeah,
Exactly.
okay, we'll
Yeah.
see.
So I was like, oh, I felt bad.
There's
I'll
so
I'll have
many
to add it to
details of what
the
you
Google
do,
form.
Teresa. It's like, it's amazing that, yeah,
I'm glad I was able to help her.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for being on the call. Welcome to France.
No, thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry I was late, but yeah.
I can appreciate that.
Are you in France again, Nicole? Is that
I
confusing?
am, yeah.
Wow, where at in France?
I'm in Brittany.
Now, is Marseille near that?
No, Marseille's way down south.
Ah, okay. Brittany's in the north?
Way up north, yeah. Opposite end. So I'm on the Atlantic, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so are you by Normandy?
Yes. Brittany
Ah,
is a little further west. It's the next department over.
got it.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Well, I'm the
What-
only one on the wrong side of the world right now.
Okay, oh,
All over there. What's wrong with me?
my
I don't know
God.
if this is the right or a wrong side of the world, but definitely a different side.
Different side, yes. I have to hop because I have another call now, but I should be on time next week.
Okay, great.
All
Tell
right,
Sarah I
thank
said
you.
hello.
I
And
will.
we'll see you
Okay,
next week.
bye-bye.
Bye now. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you all next week.
Yep.
And I get to see you in an hour, Barrett,
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
on our pod call. Yeah, Tony's gonna come, he said.
Ah, great. Okay.
Yeah, and he was happy to hear that we have another European in the pod.
Good. That's great. This international group.
It is, it really is. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I will see you in an hour.
Yep. See you. Bye.
Bye now. Thanks for coming.